Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 8. Week 8 of the Prep High School football picks with Brandon and Tom. Just 2 weeks left in the regular season. I think
in Michigan.
And Indiana will be going to playoffs next week, where everyone gets in. Something maybe the MHSAA should look at.
And that'd be kind of tough. Indiana only has like 318
That's true.
schools.
That is true. We'll see. How did we do last week, Tom?
You're happy. You were undefeated. You went 11-0. But the Twitter folk and I, we both were 10-1, so you didn't pick up a whole lot of ground.
Nope.
I'm still in first at 58-12. You're second, 57-13. And the Twitter folk are 54-16.
Okay.
So 54 out of 70, that's pretty darn good percentage even for the Twitter people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll start in the Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Sturgis will be hosting their final game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They will be taking on Otsego.
Right.
The Bulldogs come in 4-3. Sturgis is 1-6. Last year, Otsego got a 62-30 win. I'm thinking Otsego is going to get another win tomorrow, or Friday night, I should say.
Right.
I believe it'll be a little bit closer, though. I'm going with Otsego 35, Sturgis 21.
Now, do we know who they play week 9?
Who?
Otsego. No.
Not offhand.
Well, they're 4-3. Got an outside shot at the playoffs. Would have to be Sturgis and whoever they played week 9. Based on that alone, I'm going to take Otsego 28-22. I think Sturgis keeps close.
The other Wolverine game of interest, Plainwell is at Three Rivers. Plainwell is 3-4, Three Rivers 2-5. Last year, the Wildcats got a 23-13 win. The Northern Trojans, as I like to refer to them, they're coming off a big win. They beat Otsego last week, and that's their big rivalry game. I think they're going to have a little bit of a letdown. Three Rivers has played a little bit stronger the second half of the season. I think Three Rivers gets a 22-17 home win.
I like Plainwell building off that win last week. Obviously, you know, it would be natural if they had a little bit of a letdown there, especially going on the road. But I'm going to take Plainwell 28-21.
Next in the Southwest 10, Centerville's taking a road trip. They're going up to Grand Rapids to play North Point Christian.
Right.
Both teams come in 5-2. This is the first time the two schools have met. What are your thoughts?
Centerville loves to run the football every down. Like, don't throw it unless you absolutely have to, or maybe you can work a wrinkle in here or there. I remember seeing North Point Christian at one of the scrimmages earlier this year, and they seemed to have a good ability to put the ball in the air, and obviously in 7-on-7 scrimmages, that's what you're supposed to do for the most part anyway. So to me, it's going to be up to Centerville's defense to be able to keep them in this game. Clearly, if they're just going to want to line up and run the football with all those guys they got coming out of the backfield, and especially that offensive line getting a good push, I think playing on the road hurts Centerville, but you know, they're tough. I'm going to take them 23-20 over North Point Christian.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, both teams are 5-2. Kind of looked at how they've gone. The teams that they've lost to, both teams, they're 13-1. So they've lost to a team that's 7-0 and a team that's 6-1.
Right.
As far as the teams that they beat, Centerville's played a little bit tougher schedule. Their teams add up to 10-25, while North Point's are 7-28. So a little bit tougher. I think the Bulldogs get a 21-14 win and can punch their ticket to the playoffs.
There you go.
Next up, we got Bloomingdale traveling to Marcellus. Bloomingdale 1-5, 1-6 overall. Marcellus 2-5 in the Southwest, or 1-5 in the Southwest 10, 2-5 overall. Last year, Bloomingdale got a 22-6 win.
Yeah.
I'm thinking opposite this year. I'm thinking the Wildcats going to avenge that loss last year, get a 35-14 win.
I'll take Marcellus at home as well, 32-24.
And the big matchup in the Southwest 10 is going to be two teams already qualified. They're both 6-1 overall, 5-1 in league play. And that's White Pigeon traveling to Mendon.
This game is at 5 o'clock, by the way.
That one's still at
5
5.
o'clock.
Are any other games at 5 still?
That's a great question that you ask. Centerville at North Point Christian is being played at 5.
Okay.
As far as I know, Sturgis, Three Rivers,
And Colon, I know.
Colon are back at 7. I think most of them are still at 7, but from what we've been able to gather, White Pigeon Mendon is at 5. And the Centerville game on the road is at 5 o'clock as well. So.
All right, last year the teams met twice. And in probably the biggest matchup in the Southwest 10, White Pigeon travels to Mendon. Both teams come in 6-1 overall, 5-1 in the Southwest 10, so they've already punched their tickets. Last year, White Pigeon got the regular season win 18-8, but Mendon got a little bit of revenge in the playoffs with an 8-6 win. I'm looking at this game being another close one.
Yep.
They played them a lot the last couple of years, or played each other close the last little bit. I think the Hornets get a 14-12 win.
Yeah, I think this game, especially being at home for Mendon, some familiarity there and whatnot there. Yeah, I think Mendon finds a way. White Pigeon has been tough all year, and those kids have really done a good job with Coach Strasser to this point. But no disrespect to either team here, obviously having to pick one or the other. Would not be surprised at all if White Pigeon came out and won the football game. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Hornets at home, 21-14. I just think too much there with Krotzer and Renzi and.
Next up, we got Kalamazoo United coming down 131 to face Constantine.
Yep.
United's undefeated in the SAC Lakeshore at 3-0, 4-3 overall. They've won their last 4 games. Constantine 2-1 and 5-2 overall. Last year, United got a 55-44 victory. I expect this one to have a few points put up on the board.
Yep.
United, like I said, they've come on after dropping the first 3. They're making a playoff push. Both teams have gotten wins over Coloma and Watervliet in league play. United got a win over Kellogg last week, whereas a couple weeks ago Constantine lost to Schoolcraft.
Okay.
As far as the other common opponent, they both played Berrien Springs, both lost to them.
Berrien Springs is a good football team.
They're undefeated still.
The Shamrocks.
Well, as far as Falcons go, I think they get a 35-31 win.
I am going to take Constantine 42-30. Don't know how you get to 30, but 42-30.
2 points.
Somewhere along the line. Yeah.
Yep. Next up, we got in the Big 8, Union City at Bronson. Both teams come in without a victory, 0-6 in league play, 0-7 overall. This is the last game in league play before the crossover against Cascades next week. Likely, the winner will get to play East Jackson, while the team that is defeated will play Jackson Vandercook Lake. Last year, Union City got a 39-6 win back when the Chargers were a playoff team. They went 6-4 last year. This year, they've struggled. I think this year they're going to continue, or this week they're going to continue to struggle. Vikings get their first win of the season, 13-7.
I'm going to take Union City 28-14.
Another one, just going with it. In 8-man football, Colon is at home. They host Litchfield in a cross-divisional SCAA game. Last year, Colon got a 58-6 win. Magi, of course, are undefeated. Litchfield comes in 3-4. I'm going with the Magi, 55-7.
Colon's starting defense still has not given up a point to this point in the season. Point. They got a good thing going over there. Terriers just not good. I'll go 55-0, Colon.
In the other 8-man game, we got Burr Oak 5-2, traveling up to Climax
Yep.
to play Climax Scotch 6-1.
Mhm.
They did not play last year. In fact, these two teams have not met since back in the day when Baroque was still 11-man, I should say. Back in 2007, when both teams were playing SCAA 11-man football.
Many moons.
Many moons ago. Baroque got a big win last week.
Big win. Yep.
But it just seems like when the B division plays the A division,
There's just too much there.
yeah, the sizing just makes that much of a difference. I think Climax gets a 28-18 win.
I'll take Climax as well. I'll go 41-20 type game. Think Baroque will do their best to hang in there, but just through attrition alone, only having a handful of kids kind of hurts. So.
And in Indiana, Bluffton is at Lakeland for the regular season finale. Bluffton comes in 6-2. Lakeland is 2-6. Lakeland is coming off a win last week. That was the difference.
That was.
You picked it, I did not. And Lakeland did beat Bluffton last year 56-27.
I don't think that's happening this year.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening either. I think Lakeland will be able to put up some points, but Bluffton's going to get a few more. 34-26.
What is Bluffton? What are they?
I don't remember their nickname.
Doesn't matter. 38-18. They're going to win.
And just to point out too, they had the draw in Indiana last Sunday, and Lakeland drew Mishawaka-Marion for their first round of the playoffs.
Yeesh.
It'll be at Mishawaka-Marion,
Okay.
who in Class 3A, depending which poll you look at, the 7-1 Knights, I believe they are, 5th
Okay.
in the AP, 6th in the coaches poll.
So they are definitely highly ranked.
Highly ranked team, so it's
Very
going to be
well
a tough
followed
game
up.
for Lakeland next week. Well, they can always look at it, the second season's a new season.
Could be.
Who knows?
Never know. Never know.
So
Mhm.
that wraps it up for our picks for this week.
Yep. Almost
You got-
basketball season.
Almost.
Always
Tennis?
soft. Yep, tennis. Boys state tennis. They'll be at Kalamazoo College and Western Michigan. Sturgis, by the way. They're kind of split up. 1 through 3 singles is at Kalamazoo College, but everybody else is over at Western. So it's going to be early in the morning Friday. I talked to Coach Earl today. Most of the flights start between 8:15 and 8:30 in the morning. So that will be early, and hopefully they can do win a handful of matches and end their season on a high note. So good luck to them, of course. If you haven't gotten a chance to or haven't heard, Callie Hevelin of Three Rivers, arguably probably the best softball player I've ever seen, committed to the University of Alabama earlier this week, and I got a chance to talk to her on Tuesday and wrote up a story on her. So if you haven't got a chance or want to check it out, it's sturgisjournal.com. Check it out there. Congratulations to her, by the way. That's very cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Of course, our team,
Look,
I'm wearing mine for a reason because I was in Ann Arbor only 3.5 hours ago.
Okay.
But I am obviously a Michigan fan, so. They got a tough one this week.
Yes, it will be tough. We'll see. I'm confident they can stay close there. And if they can make it a fourth quarter game, they've got a shot, I think, even though the offense has not been anything to brag about this year. But
Hopefully we'll see some good officiating.
that would be nice. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we stay dry on Friday.
Yep.
And it looks like we will, because last week was awful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure most of you dealt with it too, being out at your respective games and whatnot, but my camera was not happy. If inanimate objects could have any feelings, I'm sure that my camera would be very upset. And then you writing notes. At the
Can't
Borough
write
game,
notes in the rain. Have to give up. Just got to make mental notes after that.
So,
As old as
I'll
I
stay
am,
dry.
the mental notes aren't as good.
No, I'll deal with a little bit of cold as long as I'm dry.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, anything else?
No, I just commented on the officiating because of Monday night,
Yeah, I figured.
not because of Michigan.
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you
And
do?
I'm not a Lions fan, and that sucked.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. So, what you do is you go out and you beat the Minnesota Vikings this week. Go Lions.
Go Bears.
Have a good week,
See ya.
everyone.